Get to that highest weight that you can do 10 reps with. Do the 10 reps, and if you feel good, go for it. On the next set, do the 10 reps. If you only hit 8, then you are going to then drop the weight just a little bit to a weight where you think you can hit 10. And you're going to keep doing this throughout all those 4 sets. All right, YouTube, and we are back here with another video for you guys. This time, I am going to be breaking down fitness programming, what you guys have all been waiting for. I did get a little bit of backlash on my fashion video because apparently it was more of a get in shape type of message. So I'm going to show you guys in this video how to actually make that happen. So first thing that I want to do here is break down a concept that I think is crucial to understanding how to make gains in the gym. And this is going to be specifically in a bodybuilding sense. I don't necessarily train like in the gym like an athlete would as much. Maybe some of the styles of movements that I do, yes, but in a general sense, I train like a bodybuilder trains when it comes to weight training in the gym, strength training. Now, when it comes to Muay Thai or soccer, those I'm absolutely training just like historically under soccer. I've trained under a coach, so doing all sorts of stuff like that. These days, I just go out there and play. But for Muay Thai, it is just like pure Muay Thai, no weight training involved. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna first break down a concept. I have the Wikipedia definition up right now. I am gonna bring this up on the screen. So progressive overload. You guys need to understand this. So progressive overload is a method of strength training and hypertrophy training that advocates for the gradual increase of the stress placed upon the musculoskeletal and nervous system. The principle of progressive overload suggests that the continual increase in the total workload during training sessions will stimulate muscle growth and strength gain by muscle hypertrophy. This improvement in overall performance will in turn allow an athlete to keep increasing the intensity of their training sessions. So what does that mean? Essentially what it means is you should be tracking your workouts. Now, you should be tracking your workouts and you should do these workouts on maybe a 90-day split, something like that, or 8 weeks, for example. It should be really something that you are able to put together, track with ease, and then do a full program and then switch to a new program. Because your body can only do the same lift so much until it plateaus, but you want to be either increasing the weight that you're doing on that lift, you should be changing up the technique of the grip that you're using to challenge yourself harder, or you should change the tempo. These are just 3 examples of how you can implement hypertrophy and have this progressive overload type of style of progression throughout your program when you do the same lift. For example, bench press. So day 1 today, if I go do bench press and I do 10 reps of 135, the next time I do bench press, I should aim to get maybe 10 reps of 145. That's a micro example, but see how I'm increasing the weight? Nothing about my form changes. My form stays the same, but I'm doing 145. Another slight change in that would be progressive overload might be with the tempo. So say I slow that 135 pounds down just a little bit on my chest and then explode to finish the rep. That would be more effort, more exertion on my part, which would in turn be correlated with this progressive overload concept. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna switch over to my notes app on my iPhone. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen here. I'm gonna do a screen recording and we're gonna put this up and I'm gonna show you guys how to actually put this into practice. So, all right. What we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna do workout plan A. Let's just call it A, because you're gonna do iterations of this. So the next time you make a workout plan, it would be, you guys can probably put this together, workout plan B, right? So we're going to delete that for now. We're going to look at workout plan A. So for workout plan A, we're going to say day 1 is going to be push. Day 2 is going to be pull. Day 3 is going to be legs. Day 4 is going to be cardio and abs, for example. So we've got a workout plan A. We got push, pull, legs, cardio, and abs. So the concept here is that you're going to cycle through this. Each time you go to the gym, you do the next day. So let's say today I did push. The next time I'm at the gym, it doesn't necessarily have to be tomorrow. It's just when I can make it. As much as I can make it, you guys should be hitting the gym at least 3 times a week, bare minimum. Push today. If I go tomorrow, I'm doing pull. If I go the next day, I'm doing legs. If I skip 2 days, the third day, I'm doing cardio and abs. You guys just have to cycle through this. Cycle through this. Now, for day 1, you guys are going to use ChatGPT, the internet, whatever resources you have to evaluate what sort of situation you are in, because we are all in different situations. Maybe we have smaller arms, so we need to do a more arm-focused workout. Maybe we're trying to lose weight specifically, so there are going to be workouts that are more optimized to target those areas. However, just for a general sense, if you're like just getting started in the gym, let's just say bench press, and you're going to write in parentheses 4x10 right here. So this means bench press 4x10. Pretty simple, guys. So next we're going to do pec deck, also 4x10. Easy. Now we're going to do incline dumbbell. I say DB for dumbbell. Incline dumbbell press. Let's do it, guys. Guess how many reps we're doing? 10 reps for 4 sets. And then we're going to do some, let's do some skull crushers. Now you guys, I'm going to leave this up to you to look these up if you are unfamiliar with these, but I think you guys can get this. Let's do rope, tricep, push down. Cable, of course, cable push down. So 4x10, simple, guys. All right, so there we go. We've built out day 1, push. So 4x10 bench press, 4x10 pec deck, 4x10 incline dumbbell press, 4x10 skull crushers, 4x10 rope, tricep, cable, push down. So you guys just rip through that. I'm going to leave it up to you to look this up. May or may not in the future be doing more detailed explanations of how you progress through these workouts. One thing I will say in this video is that you should look to do reverse pyramid. This is just a term I heard from Greg O'Gallagher. I'm not even sure if I'm exactly explaining this, but when it comes to weights, what you want to do is warm yourself up with the exercise. So hop on the bench press, just do the bar, warm up with it, and then add like maybe 10 pounds on each side. Warm up with it. Add 20 pounds, then 25, then maybe 45. I don't know what strength level you're at right now, but warm up to where you feel good. But these warm-ups should be like 5 reps maximum, like 3 reps just to get the form, just to get your blood flowing, just to wake up your nervous system, and then get to that highest weight that you can do 10 reps with. Do the 10 reps, and if you feel good, go for it. On the next set, do the 10 reps. If you only hit 8, then you are going to then drop the weight just a little bit to a weight where you think you can hit 10. And you're going to keep doing this throughout all those 4 sets. So if the first set, you actually load on quite a bit of weight and you can only do 8 reps, what does that tell you? You should immediately drop down maybe 10 pounds on each side so that you can get 10. Now, I'm going to write out how you record this. So I just do WP for workout plan A, day 1 log. Okay? So you are going to do 1.1. That signifies that it is the day 1 and it is the first time you're doing day 1. So for the first set of exercises, which is bench press, let's say you did 155 pounds x 10. So you did 155 pounds 10 times. Then let's say you went forward again. However, you did 8 reps. So I don't need to write 155 pounds out again, actually. I can just write 8 right there because it's the same weight. Now, what does that tell you? You probably need to drop in weight. Now, let's say we go down to 135 pounds and we did that 10 times. And we did that 10 times again. We finished really strong. That was good. Maybe we need a little bit of help on that last rep, but still, let's just say you got 10. That's great. That's awesome. This is how you should be writing it out. Now, let's say on the next exercise, pec deck, let's say you did 75 pounds by 10, and then you did it 6 times, but you were really burned out. The way I do it is I do 6, then let's say you dropped it 10 pounds, 65 pounds by 4. And then let's say in the next set, you also did 65 pounds for 10. But then you really exhausted yourself, so you want it to go down to 55 pounds, but you got that for 10. That was good. So what set are you on? You did the 75 pounds by 10. You did it 6 times, and then had to drop it to 10 pounds less, then did 4. And then you did 10, and then you dropped it to finish off strong with good form, because that is the most important, with 55 pounds by 10. That is great. That is perfection right there. This is how you should be recording. So I hope you guys are following along. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I am going to pretty much leave it there. So obviously you would do the same sort of recording for 3, 4, and I think we had 5 exercises on this one. Let's see here. Workout plan A. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how you should be recording. And now, when you go back to the push day, let's say you ripped through all 4 days, and you're back here. Is it 4? Yeah, 4 days. And so we are back at day 1. So then you write 1.2 right there. And then you write the same thing. But like I was saying, you want to start with harder stuff. So let's just say you upped it 5 pounds on each side and you got 10. Right there, if you got 10, that is literally you making strength gains. Because last week, when you were doing your warm-ups and working up to that first working set of 10 reps, you were doing 155. But this week, you're doing 165. That's awesome, guys. That is where the real strength gains are. Now, maybe you really weren't feeling that great that day and you decided to do 155 and you're doing 10, and then you did 8 and you wanted to maybe stay there. You think you can do another 8, then you do 8, and then you do another 8. I would say that is also progressive overload, because look what happened. Although you dropped to 8, you maintained that. Instead of 135 doing 10, although you get 2 more reps, you wanted to stay at the heavier weight, and you got 8 reps. That's still, I would say, more impressive, if not slightly equal. But let's say you did the exact same thing for the first set. Here, I'm giving you guys all the secrets right here. Let's see if you guys can pick up on this one. So the first set, completely the same, exactly the same. However, when you were here, you did that by 10, and then you kept it at 8. And then you did 8, and then you did 65 pounds by 10. Right, so if you can see here, guys, you don't even need to do the progressive overload on the first lift. If you think that today, like, your bench press just isn't hitting, it's just not there, like, that's okay, guys. You can do it at any point in your workout. You just need to do progressive overload with at least one of your exercises. I don't care if everything is the same, but you need to beat yourself out by either a couple reps or a couple pounds, or maybe you have much more control on the incline dumbbell press exercise that you were doing third. You felt that the mind-muscle connection was stronger, and at the end of the workout, you're like, yeah, I mean, that was harder, and I pushed myself. So you need to implement this principle with all 4 days here, and you need to just rip through this, let's say and you can help yourself out, write it here, doing this 5 times through. So in the end, on your logs, it will say 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, and then it'll go all the way to 4.5. So let's go to the calculator here. If you are doing 4 days, 5 times, that's 20 workouts. So you are hitting the gym 20 times to do this program. Now, if you are in the gym 3 times a week, so that would be 20 workouts. Let's go divided by 3 equals 6.7, let's say. So just around, like, this took you right around like 7 weeks to rip through, right? Guys, what I want you to remember, rule number 1, let's skip down here. Rule number 1 is progressive overload. Now, how to achieve? Track your lifts. How to track? Notes app. Live while you work out. So, I know you guys probably like listening to music. I personally enjoy tracking my lifts on my phone. You can do this same thing with like a notepad and a pen if you don't really like being on your phone throughout your workouts. I don't know what your style is, but obviously, guys, you don't want to be doing this with no rest between your lifts. Get like maybe a minute of rest at least each time when you do these. So that'll help you be ready for the next lift. And then obviously with the heavier weight, give yourself maybe a little bit more rest than with the lighter weight stuff and the isolation stuff. But use ChatGPT to help you guys out on maybe which lifts target which muscles. But there are plenty of programs out there that you guys can find on the internet in a general sense if you're just trying to get into the gym. But I would say behavioral change is going to be the biggest thing. So get into the gym, just be there, do something to begin with. And once you get to a level where you are consistent, I would highly recommend tracking your lifts so that you can actually see the strength gains that you're making. I think in another level would be tracking your calories in, calories out. I would say that's more advanced. I don't necessarily do that, and eventually I will. However, right now, at this stage of my life, I don't find it super crucial and at my priority list right now, like at the top of that. So I just don't do it. I try to just abide by a couple ground rules when it comes to diet, like skipping fast food or sticking to like whole grains and eating a lot of eggs. So just try to maintain a high protein diet for the most part. That coupled with tracking your workouts, I can guarantee you that you will be making strength gains and you will be feeling better on a day-to-day basis. And you might ask, like, what is the purpose of all of this? Like, why should I even get in shape? Why should I even hit the gym? It is so many things, guys. You get an insane ROI. First off, teaches you discipline. So in a professional sense, like when people approach you and maybe you approach them, and you're just a different individual. You're a different purpose-driven person when you are actively in the gym. And even the external, like you can see the muscles on you. Like you'll have a crazy sense of confidence because you earned it. Like you can't buy a physique. Sure, you can shoot up maybe some steroids and get a little bit of boost, but those guys are still spending hours in the gym, hours on their diet. So guys, I highly recommend trying out this programming. Maybe it doesn't fully work for you with some portions of how the tracking is. Maybe you prefer like a different app, or maybe you prefer like a notebook. Just I wanted to give this to you guys so that you can have some hope when it comes to tracking your workouts, making those gains. And this in turn will help your fashion. I know this was a big hot topic in that video. So I think just being in shape is a lifestyle to begin with, and you should pursue the best physical shape as you possibly can and do it while you're young. Like the time is ticking, guys. You need to get the nuclei stored in your body because it is so much easier to maintain the shape that you're in later in life than to rebuild it. So time is ticking, guys. Get after it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know if I missed on any of these. Implement progressive overload and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.